In 2016, I experienced something that still makes my skin crawl, something that feels like a half-remembered nightmare. Except it was very real. It was a Saturday night, and after a long week, I was dead tired. The kind of tired where your bones ache. I went to bed early, hoping to escape into sleep. To escape whatever else was lurking in the silence. The apartment was quiet, almost too quiet. Just the occasional hum of the refrigerator breaking the silence. I crawled into bed around 9 p.m., pulling the covers up to my chin, and shut my eyes. Almost immediately, I fell into a deep, unsettling sleep. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so disturbingly real, that even waking up feels like you're trapped within it? That's exactly how I felt. Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced this sensation, because that night, I realized something about nightmares. They don't always end when you wake up. I was jolted awake, drenched in sweat, and feeling uneasy. I grabbed my phone to check the time. 3:33 a.m. As I sat up, rubbing my eyes, I noticed something that froze me in place. Right beside my bed, where there had been nothing before, was another bed, identical to mine. White sheets, dark wooden frame, but that wasn't the worst part. Lying in the bed was a figure, a person, completely still, covered from head to toe under the sheet. It was as if someone had just slipped in beside me. I blinked, hoping it was just a trick of the mind. But no, the figure remained. What would you do in my place? Would you check, or would you run? Let me know, because every time I relive this, I still wonder if I made the right choice. My heart pounded as I reached for the light switch, fingers trembling. When the room flooded with light, I hoped the figure would disappear, but it didn't. The sheet looked ancient, stained with dark spots, as if this person had been here for years. The figure remained utterly still, the sheet draping over them like a shroud. I took a step closer, trying to see who or what was under that sheet. Just as my fingers brushed the fabric, it happened. The figure moved. Imagine it. In that moment, would you keep going or run for your life? I need to know because sometimes I wonder if curiosity was my biggest mistake that night. The figure slowly sat up, turning toward me, though I couldn't see its face. I felt its eyes piercing through the fabric, watching me with an intensity that made my skin crawl. My legs locked in fear, but my mind screamed, "Run." I whispered, "Who? Who are you?" But it remained silent, just watching, waiting. My body finally obeyed, and I bolted for the door, fumbling with the lock. Behind me, I could hear the slow, deliberate steps of the figure, getting closer and closer. Have you ever felt that breath on your neck? Like someone is right there. That's what I felt as I flung the door open and ran, not daring to look back. I ran outside, gasping for air, the cool night breeze grounding me back to reality. When I finally calmed down, I called the police, desperate for someone else to confirm what I'd just seen. They searched my apartment but found nothing. No extra bed, no figure, just an empty room. But I knew what I'd seen. The officers tried to convince me it was just a bad dream, but something inside me knows that wasn't true. I moved out soon after, but even now, sometimes in the dead of night, I still feel watched. What do you think? Was it just a nightmare? Or did something from the other side slip into our world? Let me know in the comments. And remember, the next time you wake up at 3:33 a.m., you might want to think twice before looking around.